Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
And this is the Park Bench.
Yes, and I got a tweet the other day asking about
That really floored you, that, didn't it?
Yeah, I did completely. What was I talking about?
You got a tweet the other day.
Yeah, I did. Asking about things to do in London that were not in the tourist guides, that were off the beaten track. I couldn't think of anything right then. This is our answer to that.
We've both written a list of things we could think of on the spot just now. I'm going to zip up my hood.
Yep, and we've not told each other about it. So either we've both written the same things down, or we're going to surprise each other. It's one of the two. Or you're going to drop your phone on the floor. One of the two.
Yeah.
Do you want to tease off then? If you were coming to London as a tourist and you were the kind of person who watches these videos, say the jokes, what would you go for?
I'll say the thing that I did the other day.
Yep.
And my brother came down from the north.
Yep.
For TfL.
Transport for London. They run the tubes and the buses and everything.
So I'll start by saying the London's transport network is 150 years old.
Yeah.
The tube network is.
Yeah.
There's old bits that are shut down. They do tours of those old bits.
Yes, they do.
At several different places. You have to book this in advance. The tickets go like that.
Yep.
And there aren't many.
A good place to watch for the tickets is ianvisits.co.uk.
And other random stuff. It's a guy called Ian.
Yeah. He's lovely. Ian Mansfield. I've met him a couple of times. It's really nice.
He has a list of all stuff you wouldn't have thought of going on.
Yes. If you want events to go to, that's always a good thing to check. Depending on what you're interested in, there may be a lot of noise in the signal, but he's got enough signal for enough diverse groups of people, at least diverse groups of geeky people, that there will probably be something in there that interests you.
So what I did the other day was I went on a tour down the disused parts of Charing Cross Underground Station.
Oh, yeah, okay, right, what did you get to see?
The Jubilee line used to stop there.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Until like 99.
Okay.
Then they decided they wanted to extend it a different way, so that station isn't a Jubilee one anymore. So there's platforms that look like tube platforms that no one ever gets to go on because they haven't been used for that for the last 15 years.
So did you just get to tour the platforms, or was there...
So I did. Now the cool thing about the platforms...
Yep.
I'm a geek. If any film is filming in the tube...
Yep.
They will film in those disused platforms.
Because they look like regular platforms.
They look like regular platforms.
Right.
So Skyfall, Bourne Supremacy, Paddington Bear. It's got a proper escalator, it's got...
Yep.
Yeah, and they can still run tubes into them, the tracks are running, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they took us through a ventilation shaft. So there's the running tunnels of...
It's a shaft. Shaft, the theme tune joke.
Shaft.
Damn right.
So as well as the tunnels that the trains and the people go in, there are other tunnels for the hot air of people and trains to go out and cold air to go back in. So then I just through a tunnel and there was a grating. We could look down and we're standing right above where the trains were running. Kind of cool.
I've done Strand Station in the past.
Aldwych Station.
Aldwych Station, Strand Station, yeah, which is equally been disused for a couple of decades, gets used for filming sometimes. And if you spot the tickets in advance, you can go down and tour around. And it is just a disused... I mean, you could get the same thing by going to a really quiet tube station on a really quiet time of day. But it's somewhere you're not supposed to be, and for many, many years we're completely locked off.
And it's the Transport Museum, which I haven't been round yet. But the tickets for that event have given me hard price, so I might go.
If you're watching this in the future, you may also be able to get down the mail rail tunnels.
No one's watching this right now.
Okay, if you're watching this in 2017 or 18, you might be able to go down the mail rail tunnels. The Postal Archive is opening their disused railway. I was lucky enough to get down there on one of the first tours because, again, spotted the tickets, they went like that.
I went on one of the same day as you, I think.
But they are opening up the private rail system that was used for just sending mail between two depots in London, and they're going to let folks down there.
So before all the mail was sorted in a depot, then it had to go to the train station to go to the rest of the UK.
Yeah.
And they built an underground tiny little railway to take it between the two places.
Yes.
So, I've done one, you've done
Old
one.
Infrastructure stuff. What's your next one?
It's a little one.
Yep.
There is a place called Granary Square.
Oh, there is, yes.
It's near King's Cross Station. They bulldozed an old rail yard, put a load of fancy offices up.
Yep.
And they've made a new square, a 5-minute walk north of King's Cross.
Yep.
And it has a fountain.
Yes. Well, it has a lot of fountains.
It has lots of fountains. It's an array of fountains, so many by so many. Each one has a light under
RGB
LEDs underneath it. They spray 6 foot high at least, and they all go different colours, so if you go there at night, it looks really, really, really pretty.
I was once able to play Snake on those fountains. I don't think the app's running anymore,
No,
and it was
I've only
always a
ever
little
seen it
bit
doing
dodgy, but sometimes there was a sign up saying, go to this site, download this app, and you will be able to play Snake against other people on the fountains. So,
did it rise up where your snake was?
Yeah.
Oh!
Another small one that is kind of nearby is the Grant Museum of Zoology.
Ooh, don't know that.
I've only been there once, and it's not a big place, but it's all the weird. I think it's University College London Zoology Museum.
Oh, okay.
And if nothing else, they have a jar full of moles. They have a jar of preserved moles, along with all that's a good example
Mold.
of the MOLES.
Oh.
The little fuzzy things. Yeah. They have a lot of stuff that gets exactly that reaction. If that's your kind of thing, if weird biology and exhibits and preserved specimens in jars is your kind of thing, they're worth a visit.
I can do a one-up.
Yep.
If you want to travel a little bit further to somewhere that's slightly more planning to get to, you could go to the Horniman Museum
Yes.
in South London.
Yep.
It's on the overground. It's probably half an hour from central London. And that is a taxidermy museum. It also has a musical instruments bit.
Yep.
And some gardens.
Yep.
You go around and it's got weird taxidermy. It's big thing. Their main object is a stuffed walrus.
Big stuffed walrus.
But it's not just a stuffed walrus, it's an overstuffed walrus.
That's Matt Gray's Overstuffed Walrus, which incidentally is the name of my prog band's new album.
Yes, so there's lots of taxidermy in there, which made me go when I went around it.
A really weird museum is Sir John Soane's.
Oh yes, that's tiny.
It's a tiny little museum. You're not allowed to take your phone out in there. They will tell you off if you do that. Sometimes do night viewings by candlelight. It just appears to be a load of stuff that one man collected
In his house.
But if you like weird museums, that's a good one.
That's near Holborn, isn't it? It's just a house off the street.
Yeah, something not to do in King's Cross. While we're talking about King's Cross and things like that, it's probably not worth doing platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross.
It's just a queue
It's
for a
just
sign
queue
on a wall.
It's lovely. If you're a Harry Potter fan, I can see why you would want to go there and get the photo. They've cut a baggage trolley in half, so it looks like you're going through the actual wall. But the queue is normally about an hour or something like that. It's an enormously long queue.
At a busy time it is.
Yeah.
When it's
someone from the Harry Potter shop next door will be there to take your photos and hold the scarf they give you behind
to make it look like you're running.
Yeah, I can see why you'd want to do it. If you are going to do it, go when it is quiet at the start of the day, because it's a massive.
While everyone's waiting for their train, it's something to do, so everyone will be there.
Yeah. What was next on your list? Parks.
People will go to Hyde Park, Green Park,
Regent's Park.
What's the Queen's one?
St James Park.
St James Park.
They're the 4 big parks in London.
They're great. To have that much green space in the middle of a city is great. Problem with that is though, everyone goes to them.
Yes.
If you travel that little bit further out, you can get some lovely parks, which are all yours.
Yeah.
So there's.
We're not saying which park.
We're not saying where this one is. And this one's
but someone in the comments will. We know that.
But this is a bit too far out.
Yeah.
For usual
this
tourism. But there's
Holland Park. Holland Park is lovely. Battersea Park.
Finsbury
really
Park
nice.
is all right. Alexandra Palace.
Heck of a view.
It has an amazing view of London.
Yeah.
It has a park and grounds. It's on a weekend. It can be a gig venue. The National Railway. Conference.
We couldn't film that the other day. There was a model railway conference filled with people.
They did the final of the darts there.
Yes.
I saw Slipknot there the other week.
Really?
Yeah.
Not at the same time as darts is not a sport really watched outside the UK, by the way.
Oh, isn't it?
The idea
well,
that
no,
throwing darts at a board could be a televised sport is not really it.
And if you haven't seen is it not the 9 o'clock news dart sketch? If
yeah,
you know
link
about
we'll
darts,
link
if you
it.
haven't seen that, watch it. It's hilarious. And they also they do a street food and beer festival.
If you're doing Alexandra Palace, the view on the other side of London is Hampstead Heath, Parliament Hill on Hampstead Heath.
It's just sort of round North London a bit.
Yeah, it's round a bit.
Yeah.
Also, same kind of wonderful view. What's the Fenton one? Fenton.
Richmond Park.
Richmond Park, where there is, and I've done a video about this, a telescope that will give you a line of sight about 12 miles to St Paul's Cathedral that must legally be kept open.
Cool. Link. And there is Greenwich Park as well.
Yes.
Which has got time stuff going on.
Yeah,
I'd say
that's well known.
Yeah.
The one that's on here is Bletchley Park, which I realise is also well known, not technically in London, but it is a really easy train ride from Euston to see where Alan Turing and all the team that he built actually cracked the Enigma code.
Still haven't made it though.
National Museum of Computing is there as well.
I thought that was in Cambridge.
There might be more than one.
Okay.
But there is certainly a National Museum. If there isn't, something will have just come up correcting me there. But I certainly went to a Museum of Computing at Bletchley Park.
I think there are two. Yes, I think there's one of each.
I've only got. Well, I've got a couple of things left on here. But what have you got?
I have two more.
I've got two more.
Okay.
So, go. Well, mine are connected, so let's do yours.
Okay. Number one.
Yep.
Barbican.
Oh yeah.
It is a 1960s brutalist concrete monstrosity.
Yes.
I love it. It is a housing estate, come events venue, come conference centre, come cinema.
Yeah. So London got bombed in the Blitz. That bit of London got comprehensively bombed in the Blitz in World War II. And it didn't get rebuilt until 1970s, 70s? 60s, 70s had come along. And, the film High Rise that's just come out, the Tom Hiddleston one.
Never even heard of it.
Okay, if you have seen that, and I haven't, I'm going off the stuff I've heard other people talking about it, it is essentially inspired by a book that was inspired by the movement that created the Barbican.
Oh, okay.
It's not the Barbican.
About brutalism?
Yeah, it's dystopian version of the Barbican, essentially. But if you like that kind of stark, beautiful...
It's 60s concrete statement piece architecture. Yes. You can wander around it. It is so weird, I like it.
Yes. What's the other one on yours? Because I'll do the two together here.
The other one's a dinner suggestion.
Oh yeah, go for it.
The Hawksmoor.
Ha ha! Oh no, that's outside my price range somewhat.
Yeah. This is a special occasion.
Yep.
Meat place. If you want the best steak in London.
Yeah, this is not a product placement or sponsored, by the way. I just know
none of
it.
It's or the kind of roast dinner.
If you want the best, I've been there once on someone else's dime.
Ooh.
Which was wonderful, and it was the traditional British Sunday roast of meat, potatoes, vegetables. I have never had a better one in my life.
I think I was taken.
I hope my mum doesn't watch this video.
I was taken there for my birthday.
Yeah.
And it happened to be on a Sunday, but I was having steak, not a roast, and I could see someone else's roast.
Yep. So let's leave it, because I've got a couple of things here. So in general, if you are a fan of escape rooms. The idea where you get locked into a room for up to an hour and you have to solve a series of puzzles to get your way out. There are some really good ones in London. I would recommend Clue Quest above all others. But the one I have on here to close off and to mention, and you know what I'm going to do, because it's not technically an escape room, but I got to do it. And Americans will not know what I'm talking about. The rest of the world won't know what I'm talking about. But hello. That's a dog. That's a dog.
Hello, dog. Bye-bye, dog.
But if I say the Crystal Maze...
Dun, 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 dun.
Right, if you don't get that, we'll put a link below trying to explain it. It is a TV show we got... Right, the closest... So for Europe, Fort Boyard.
Oh, yeah.
For America, Legends of the Hidden Temple is the closest I can get to. So imagine if whichever show that is for you, imagine if someone said... We're going to make a version that you can just come along and play. And I looked at that and it's a 50 quid ticket. Like, it's expensive. And I thought, there's no way it can be worth it. And then the reviews came out as well. And then a friend of mine got ill and said, I've got a ticket. Does anyone want to go with me and with the friends? Yes, I do. I am a real tight-fisted person when it comes to entertainment. Okay? I rarely paid for a show in London because I don't want to spend that much for one. It's worth the money. And I can't show you photos from inside, phones aren't allowed inside, but if you know the show...
It's only worth the money if you know the show.
Oh yeah, if you don't, you're going to be going around scrambling a load of puzzles and wondering why someone in eccentric dress is shouting at you. But yes, for Europe it's as if there was a Fort Boyard experience. For America it's as if someone suddenly opened up the hidden temple and said, you get to do that show. It is worth it. It's also booked up until December right now, but seriously, it's worth it. So yeah, that's the list. We can't think of anything else, but if we do, it'll be linked somewhere.
Yeah, so you can do all the other touristy stuff, but it's other stuff you probably hadn't thought of.
Also, I know people are going to add their own in the comments, so please do.
Yeah.
That's our city. I was going to say...
We're Londoners!
So I got used to that. How long... Do you count yourself as a Londoner now? Because you never used to. You used to say you weren't going to come down here and move to the big city. Is it worth it?
Oh... That's something for another time.
And set up for the sequel. That was the wrong mine. That wasn't the setup for the sequel mine. That was the knocked it out the park mine.
Yes.
Did the wrong mine.